Growing up, there was a house around the corner from where I lived that my brother and I called the dirty house. It was in shambles. The roof was sloping in, and the gutters were falling off, and the lawn was overgrown with weeds and old, gross toys. I remember walking by the house once with my dad. He looked lustily at the heavy patches of ancient yellow paint peeling away from the sides. "All you'd have to do is go over it once with a putty knife, and it would all come right off," he said in a whisper. "It would be so easy." I can't remember ever seeing any adults going in or out of that house, but there was a huge gang of boys about my age who lived there. They were all dirty, in clothes that were too big for them, and they all wore the thickest eyeglasses that you have ever seen. They were super loud, and generally did not know how to act out in public. If I saw them on my walk to school, I would hang back to give them some distance. And I never got the chance to interact with them at school. I think they must have all been enrolled in out-of-the-way, remedial school programs. One day I was walking home from 6th grade, and one of the boys from the dirty house started walking with me. He was pokey and a little slow, and I recognized him because he was often walking separate from the other boys from the dirty house, alone. I had sometimes seen him kicking a rock on his way to and from school, even venturing into the street sometimes to recover a special rock if he had been kicking it for a while. He had a red mop of hair, and certain smudges on his face that might have been dirt or just his skin. He started talking about his classes and his teachers, and I walked dutifully along with him, saying, "Uh-huh," and "uh-huh." But not much more. I smiled at him and made eye contact a few times, to be nice. After a little while, he looked up at me and said in a young, innocent voice, "Will you be my friend?" I looked at him and said, well, I already have too many friends." He sighed heavily and said, "Okay," and then headed off for the